to you, Pisces. So you have the Six of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and then you, Pisces, have the Seven of Swords. Six of Cups, Queen of Cups, Seven of Swords. So obviously someone is coming back, but you, Pisces, are not paying attention to that. You don't care. You don't want them to come back. Because Queen of Cups, Seven of Swords, you understand that you were doing them a favor by hanging around them. You weren't doing yourself a favor by hanging around them, because your life is better off without them in the first place. Better off without them. You have less problems to deal with than what they bring to the table, right? Excuse me, you have less problems to deal with when they're not in the picture anymore, when you're not in a relationship with them. Because, so that's how it is sometimes, and I've talked about this before. Sometimes a person is a blight. Sometimes a person is part of the problem. They are a problem, because when they enter into your life, you'll be getting to know them, and all they doing is creating mischief or bringing in all of these excessive problems. A person should not be able to come into you, Pisces' life, or you walk into theirs, and then you're bringing in all these problems. You're bringing that to them. They're bringing it to you. That is an indication that a person should get away from you, or you should get away from them, because their life, or your life more accurately, is only going to be, because this is them to you, but your life is only going to be brought down from hanging out with this person in the first place. It's only going to get worse the longer this person stays. You understand what I'm saying? So you stop talking to them, but you, Pisces, know why you stop talking to them. You stop talking to them for a legitimate reason, because again, the Seven of Swords represents how, because you had to create a boundary. This person got into your life, and then it just turned into a ghetto at this point. Anything goes, no integrity, doing things the dysfunctional way. You, Pisces, didn't come so far just to essentially backtrack all of the progress that you made. No. So you, Pisces, decided, Queen of Cups, it was time to actually get away from them. And it's a good thing that you did, because the Empress, and you have the Empress and the Queen of Wands, right? The Empress is Libra, but Pisces is the higher octave of Libra. Pisces is the higher octave of Libra. So what this means here is, this is kind of you in on itself as well, right? Because Pisces is the higher octave of Libra, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, and an octave means higher version, basically. But it denotes, sound, right? It denotes sound, or implies sound, octaves. Same thing. But what I'm trying to say here with that is, the Empress and the Queen of Wands is all about how you, Pisces, you see that as a huge problem, and you understand, what you passed up on. That wasn't going to do you any good, and you, Pisces, know that it wasn't going to be within your best interest to be with somebody who would try to essentially turn your life into a ghetto, right? You gotta tell the person about your boundaries, because the person is looking to test it, looking to see what essentially they can get away with. But why would a person look to get away with disrespecting you in the first place, right? Like, we know when disrespect is happening here. We know when disrespect is happening. It's just that we give ourselves excuses to go behind somebody's back and to disrespect them. You know, and the fact is, the fact that you Pisces actually kept up with your standards, you know, and you said, you know what, you're not going to deal with this, and you actually left them alone. And because you've left these people alone in general, they're coming back. It goes to show the fact that you Pisces, it goes to show the fact that you Pisces actually did the right thing, because this is what it is that I was telling the Libra, or telling Libras in the Libra reading that I just did before this one, that people's changing of the goalpost, and what I mean when I say that, I mean changing of standards, you know, changing of standards. Their standards always changes depending on the person. That's a problem. That's a problem, because because the reason why I'm saying that, Pisces, is, and I'm dropping some serious game on y'all, is that, and what a lot of people do not talk about, especially in today's time, is that you Pisces are doing something, you're ahead of the curve, because disrespect to you is a no-no across the board. It doesn't matter whom it's coming from. So that's a standard, that is a line that if a person is going to be in a relationship with you, they cannot cross that line. All that disrespect and all that stuff, that going out of, you know, we all fall, but I'm talking about going out of their way to intentionally be like premeditated disrespect. They're thinking about the best ways in which they could be disrespectful. That's a dub. I'm not talking about an exception. You've been in a relationship with this person for years. This person made you feel small because they being stupid and they being clumsy and stepping on your toes, so to speak. But you know that overall this person is a decent person. So now it's like you've been in a relationship with them for so long. You know, this person is a great person, but this person is just on some goofy stuff, so you let that slide. That would be an exception. What I'm talking about is this person is disrespectful. This person is habitually disrespectful. They like to disrespect people. You know what I'm saying? To see what they can get away with. And see you willing to allow them to do that because it's stupid. And part of the reason why it's stupid is because one person you'll keep on a short leash, the other person you'll kind of allow them to disrespect you a little bit. That, my dear Pisces, is what sets people up for mistreatment in relationships and just in general, because the standard, what a standard is the ground. So when you walk in and when you move in, do you want a ground that is swamp? Do you want a ground that is made from sand, right? Shifting. Do you want a ground, or do you want a ground that is solid, right? Rock solid, right? For the people who said that they want the swamp, you got problems. For the people who said that you want the sand, you got problems, right? For the people who said that they want solid earth, bingo. So that's how your standards should be. And some people say, but the earth shifts. Yes, even solid earth shifts. That's true. There are exceptions to the rules as to why the solid grounding would shift. But the vast majority of the times, that person that a lot of the times, my dear Pisces, people give the exception to, they're not the exception. So what it ends up being is, it ends up being shifting, moving of standards, what they say as the standard, what this, because they don't want to take accountability for anything. They don't want to take accountability for anything. And see, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to take accountability for anything. So, so the fact that you Pisces decided that you're actually going to go ahead and stay away from them, right? And look at the writing on the wall that this is not good and get out, right? Early, it goes to show that you Pisces actually got something going for yourself. You understand what respect is, because the Devil card, the Queen of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles, because it would only get worse as time went by. You got the Devil card into where the Queen of Swords now and the Two of Pentacles, it would be much more difficult, because now it's a situation for you where now you feel like you got to always be on high alert with this person, because you constantly have to address this person about how they're disrespecting you. This is another this is another way too, or another reason, or another way too, on when it is that I'm saying that this is another reason too on when it is that I'm saying that this is part of what I mean when I say if the person is too hard to be in a relationship, if the person is too difficult to be in a relationship, if you feel like you got to force it. And what and yes, not just the chasing them down in the form of phone calls, but also it's also the person premeditates their disrespect, meaning that because disrespect is not constant. Like innocent disrespect, where a person is disrespectful, but their ideology is wrong about certain things, but they end up disrespecting people, is not constant. You dig what I'm saying? And what I mean when I say it's not constant, I'm saying they don't know that they're being disrespectful, right? So they have to be taught, right? But when they learn the lesson, they got it. Premeditated disrespect is they coming up with ways to be disrespectful, and then it's like you always gotta correct them every couple of days. Don't do this, don't do that, and they they acting like the bad schoolgoer. I did something wrong. I didn't know that I did something wrong. What did I do that was wrong? I didn't know that I did something wrong. What you mean? I don't know. What you mean? What you talking about? I didn't know that I did something wrong. And it's like, but every time, every single time, it's like, what are you doing? Every 5 minutes, what are you doing? 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 Why are you disrespecting this way and that way and this way and that way? It's always a story. You always have to, don't do that. Then you creating all these boundaries. I can't do anything. Da, 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 da. Why are you creating all these boundaries? It's always a story. That type of a person, you can't be in a relationship with. And you Pisces decided to actually get away from them, which makes you ahead of the curve, because your standards are starting to form, right? You have standards now, but the standards are becoming solid in a sense that you're learning what is not acceptable for you and what is, right? Everything can be acceptable except these things that are not acceptable. What is not acceptable for me is disrespect. You know what I mean? Premeditated disrespect. I've had so much premeditated disrespect thrown my direction. And to be honest with you, it just really makes the other person look stupid, because I'm just going to go ahead and say it. And I could show and I could prove this. It is a blessing to have me in your life. So you really do yourself a favor, or really understand that it's a blessing to have me in your life. So the thing is that with the mentality of you going to be disrespectful to me, you're doing yourself a disservice by doing that. If you do that, if you decide to do that. So I've had so much disrespect thrown my way, premeditated disrespect. And then it's like, it's this situation where it's the person done, they know what it is that they did, but it's like, they're not talking about it, but then they want me to wild out on them. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing all of that. If that's how it is that you choose to do, if that's how it is that you choose to live your life, it cheapened the other person. It cheapened the other people who did that, because it made them look really stupid, because it was like, what are you doing? Person is a valuable person, but yet you disrespecting that person. So it says something about you. Doesn't say anything about the person. Because for me, I just up and leave. I'm like, nah, that's one of my boundaries. The premeditated disrespect. Nah, I'm cool with that. Because it cheapens the other person's value, because what it says about them is that they are a turncoat. They're weirdos. They lay down with you, but then at the same time, metaphorically backstab you. Where they do that at? How you do that? How you lay down with the person, calling yourself being in a relationship with this person, but right, and doing that, right? You sleeping with the enemy. Like, where they do that at? You dig what I'm saying? And then they expect you to just be okay with it. Like, nah. That in on itself shows that a person got a warped mentality, because what kind of ideology is that? You could sleep with somebody whom you looking to betray. Like, what is that about? What? And then you have the Page of Wands and the Emperor. This basically shows that a lot of people got to get off of their high horse, because you Pisces are a lot more valuable than what it is that people think you are, right? And so they have to be the ones to assess the situation correctly and understand that you Pisces are valuable. So if they have common sense, if they call themselves wanting to date you, then it would behoove them, or it would be within their best interest, to give you attention and to actually see, and in a fair way, if you're valuable or not. The only people who are going to look to disrespect you, right, are individuals that already meant to disrespect you from the jump. You dig what I'm saying? So let's clarify this Six of Cups. The Fool, the Tower, the Four of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and then you Pisces have the Scorpio energy. So a lot of Scorpio energy here. Both Scorpio major arcana, the Tower and the other one, right? So again, the Fool, the Tower. This person didn't understand who and what they had. They had you Pisces, and they lost you because you were treating them well, because they wanted to be disrespectful, right? And see, the Four of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Scorpio energy. I don't want to say the D word, right? This represents how now they are essentially, it's done. You're not going to go back together with them, and they know that, and they regret it. So, you know, you Pisces are not going to be sleeping with the enemy. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're actually approaching 20,000 very quickly. Appreciate it as well. Smash the subscribe button, like button, hit the notification bell. And if you'd like to contact me for a personal reading, I can keep the channel going. If you need help with anything, help with this reading, help with your own specific situation, you can contact me. The Linktree link is in the comment section below. That is my link. It'll be the pinned comment in the comment section below as well. Peace. Have a good one.